You all may be seated. All right, Mr. Clough,
Yes,
you're back, except today you're the petitioner. Looks like we found Mom.
Finally found her.
Okay, finally found her. What can I do for you today?
Well, Your Honor, I'm here to get some justice. I think it's time that I get back what I've been giving out.
All right, guys, this one gets wild fast. We in Judge Vonda B's courtroom, and what starts as a simple child support hearing turns into a full-blown reality check. 5 kids, months of absence, big claims, bigger excuses. And as you're about to see, the judge isn't buying the image, she's focused on the facts. Stay locked in, because every word in this hearing matters.
Today?
Kids aren't in the car, Your Honor. The dog got hit, so he's in a doggy wheelchair.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, I'm sorry to hear that about the dog, but the kids are fine.
They are, they're with the neighbor.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. So what's been going on? I mean, it's been a few months since I've seen you.
Right.
So it looks like you were here, back when you were here, they had excuse me?
She just looking at me crazy.
I'll make it easier for you. You focus on me.
Right.
Don't excuse me.
Sorry, Judge.
Don't be sorry, just don't do it. This is your first time here today. And if I remember correctly, you filed the lawsuit on him previously and had the audacity not to show up.
Notice what the judge does right away. Before money, before accusations, she checks on the kids. That's not small talk. In family court, safety and stability always come first. The fact that the children have been with the father for months already quietly shifts the legal balance, whether anyone in the room realizes it yet or not.
Continue. So, as I was saying, it's been a few months. So the kids have been with you, looks like it's been about 7 or 8 months now.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So in this 7 or 8 months, has Mom been paying?
Have you been paying?
Well, no, that's not how this
hasn't,
works. That's not how this works.
She hasn't been paying.
All right.
She has not been paying.
Has she at least been visiting with the children?
She hasn't visited the children, but she visited that man in jail that she ran off with.
Oh, the one that was in the car that you really couldn't see?
Yeah.
The Cutlass. Oh, yeah, that's right,
Yeah, he got arrested.
This is where emotion starts leaking into the case. Instead of focusing on parenting or support, the conversation turns personal. Who visited who ran off, who made bad choices. And here's the danger. Every emotional outburst distracts from the only thing the court actually cares about, responsibility to the children.
People need to know.
People don't need to know nothing. That's for the gram.
Anyway, Your Honor.
I mean, I wanted to know, but you know, we're not here for that. We're not here for that. I'm not going to be petty. So, you are seeking to put Mom on child support.
I am.
All right. And health insurance. Who's covering? Well, I would assume she's not. Are you covering health insurance? Are they on Medicaid? What's going on?
Well, I wasn't at first, but I got a promotion at work.
All right. Congratulations.
I appreciate that.
All right.
I made me a manager at the McDonald's, so I'm making a little bit more, and I was able to put 2 of the kids on insurance, but not all of them.
Okay.
Just can't cover.
Now listen carefully. The father explains insurance coverage. This matters more than people think. In court, proof of real-world support, insurance, housing, daily care, speaks louder than words. Promotions, side jobs, long hours, it all builds credibility that the judge is quietly tracking.
I think that's about it, Your Honor. Just ready to hold her accountable.
Okay. Boy. Okay, Ms. Daniels.
Yes, Judge. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Judge, I'm sorry.
Are you here to be pretty, or are you here to tell me your side of the story as to why you shouldn't pay child support today?
A little bit of both, Judge. But I'm
not interested in whether you're here to be pretty or not. That has nothing to do with my ruling. You understand it, right?
I do, Judge.
All right.
But
so
I should be pretty for you.
Well, let's stick to the facts. I could care less how you look.
Okay, Judge. Let's get to the fact.
Judge Vonda shuts something down hard here. Appearances. Family court doesn't reward looks, confidence, or attitude. It rewards facts. When the judge says she doesn't care how you look, that's code for the image you're selling isn't helping your case at all.
Okay, well, here's the deal. You petitioned.
Yeah.
He showed up. You didn't. I dismissed
I had
it.
an opportunity, Judge. Had to take it.
Okay. And could you do me a favor? Could you, if you're going, I don't allow gum chewing, but if you don't have anywhere to put it, I would suggest you at least.
I'm good at that. Yeah.
Okay.
Now you see.
What?
Mr. Clough, Ms. Daniels, continue, please.
Well, that's why I petitioned the court. I do apologize.
This moment changes everything. The prior petition, dismissed. Why? Because one parent showed up and the other didn't. Courts remember that. Missed hearings aren't just mistakes, they are legal signals. And today, that history comes back into the room whether she likes it or not.
I apologize for not showing up, Judge, but let me tell you, I came up, you know.
Oh, let's talk about this come up. What kind of come up we talking about?
Well, Judge, I met a man who said he can change my life, Judge.
All right, so how financially, did he change this life of yours?
Not too much.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Clough,
I know.
Mr. Clough. We don't know, let's hear her side of the story because I'm pretty sure she's gonna say some interesting stuff about finances.
Judge, Clough don't know nothing. Listen, understand that I got at least, 6 figures in the bank.
Oh, okay.
Had 6 figures in the bank.
You said what now?
Mr. Clough, again,
Federalism take
I'm
it. I
not,
put it
excuse
on
me,
cease.
Miss Daniels, when I speak, both of you be quiet. Mr. Clough, there will be no more outbursts, okay?
Now we hear the life-changing man's story, and the judge immediately pivots to finances. That's not accidental. Courts don't rule on dreams or promises. They rule on numbers. If your lifestyle claims don't match your financial reality, expect scrutiny and expect consequences.
Okay, so in order for me to do that, I have to hear the facts. Now, Ms. Daniels, again, continue.
So, like I said.
No, let me direct you really quick. You're getting ready to talk about these 6 figures you have in the bank.
I do.
All right, how much money we talking?
We talking about, 300-400, you know what I'm saying?
Bullshit. Sorry.
You said no more outbursts.
I was coughing. I'm sorry.
It's true.
It's your allergies.
Yeah.
Handle that. You need some tissue?
No. No, thank you.
Okay.
Watch how Judge Vonda regains control here. When both sides start talking, she draws a hard line. This isn't entertainment, it's accountability. Judges do this to protect the record, because once testimony is on the record, it can't be taken back.
Anywhere between.
When are you going to answer my question?
Judge, it's a difficult question for me. Because, sometimes I can have a promotion that's $500, or I can have a promotion that's $50,000 plus. So.
Miss Daniels, you know I don't have a lot of time, right? I have other cases I need to get here.
I do understand that.
Right, so you obviously came here to waste my time.
I didn't.
You did, because I asked you a very simple question.
Judge,
On average.
I have a simple answer.
On average.
On average.
How much do you make in a year?
Here comes the turning point. Income questions. Vague answers. It depends. Courts hate that. When someone can't give a straight average, the judge is allowed to estimate, and those estimates almost always land on the higher end. Ambiguity never benefits the person being questioned.
And I do not have time to play with you.
Oh my gosh, Judge.
And is this from an employer or are you self-employed?
I
what
am
do we do?
self-employed.
All right.
I do influence.
What do you influence?
I influence the world.
You clearly aren't influencing. You said the world?
The world.
Well, that doesn't include these 5 children because you don't even go and see them, right?
It's just been the last couple months.
Well,
okay?
no, excuse me. Excuse me.
Yes, Judge.
You're influencing everyone but these children that you do not have anything to do with and you do not financially support. You said they were with you. Excuse me?
It's hot.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
It's getting hot.
She trying to show you.
This is brutal and legal. The judge openly states she's using the high-end income to keep things moving. That's not punishment, that's efficiency. Family courts don't have time for games. If you stall, the numbers move without you, and they rarely move in your favor.
$1,000?
Yeah. He
Oh
did,
yeah,
though.
let me hurry up and get you out of here with these numbers.
but I didn't pay
You're
that.
about to pay child support. You have 5 children total, or do you have other children outside of these 5 that are under the age of 18?
No, I don't.
Okay,
They're grown.
so just the 5 children, right?
Yes.
All right, so 5 children, that is going to be at the 40%. And you said health insurance was about $350, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Listen closely as lifestyle spending enters the calculation. Cosmetic procedures, big purchases, none of it is illegal. But when kids aren't supported, those expenses become evidence. Courts don't judge choices, they judge priorities.
$350 reimbursement for the children, so that brings your monthly rate to $2,954.
I got it. Can the kids stay with him now?
The kids will continue to live with him because that's who they live with, and obviously you care more about a BBL than them.
That's not true.
And we don't know when she's gonna run off again with the next guy.
No next guy. I'm good.
It'll be a caprice this time.
I'm good.
Oh, okay. So we're good with the numbers then. Is there anything further?
Just like that, the numbers are locked. Nearly $3,000 a month. Custody stays put. And the courtroom makes one thing clear. Image fades, excuses collapse, but responsibility sticks. If this case stunned you too, drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama just like this.
Mr. Paul, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Your Honor, my daughter, who's living some type of life that I have no idea what it is, she drops her kids off every day and does what she wants to and doesn't leave any money for food or for any kind of things that the kids need. So I need some help financially because she doesn't give me anything. I mean, just me giving my money out of my pocket that I retired with.
This case hits fast. A retired grandfather steps in to raise two kids while their mother drops them off daily and disappears. What sounds like help quickly turns into full responsibility. And once the judge starts asking questions, everything unravels fast.
So I need some help, seriously,
Okay, and where did you retire from?
from the school district.
Okay. How long were you there?
20 years.
Okay, great. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking in your daughter's kids because they could be a number of places, but thankfully they're with a grandparent. Ma'am, what do you have to say for yourself? First off, let me ask this question. Is what he just said true?
I mean, they
It's a yes or a no. Is what he just said true?
Yes, it's true.
What's wrong with you?
It's nothing wrong with me. It's just stuff I be needing to do, and
You can hear the frustration here. This isn't occasional babysitting. This is daily care, food, shelter, and responsibility. In family court, that distinction matters. Because once you're the primary caregiver, the law starts protecting you.
I need somebody to watch the kids, so I take them over there.
Every day?
Yes, every day. I don't see the issue.
Excuse me. You all will not address each other. You will address me, okay? And I definitely understand Dad's frustration. And I'm going to ask you too. Every day you have something to do that requires you to be away from your kids. How many kids are we talking?
Two.
You left 2 kids with him? What do you have to do, ma'am, that's so important every day that you cannot have your own kids?
I gotta make money, so
Doing what? What do you do for a living?
whatever I need to do, honestly.
Ma'am, what does that even mean?
I do, little dabble here, little dabble there, just different stuff.
You know what? You obviously came here.
The moment she says yes, it's true, the case shifts. Courts rely on admissions more than arguments. Once facts are confirmed on record, excuses stop working. And from this point forward, the judge is in control.
To waste my time, and I am not about to play with you. What was the last legitimate job that you had?
I was a waitress
Okay, where?
at a club.
Is that what you call it, waitressing?
Yes, it was waitressing. What else was I doing?
You don't want me to tell you.
I want you to tell me.
She was strolling the streets like a prostitute. I mean, it's like, because you never see her until she dropped the kids off, and then I don't see her for 2 or 3 days.
That's what he heard. He don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
Who told him that? The streets.
I guess so. The streets had to tell him, because
I hear the streets tell the truth, right?
Every single day. That detail is critical. When children are left with someone daily, the court views that person as having possession. And possession is what triggers child support, not titles or intentions.
Sometimes
They talk, right?
the streets talk, but sometimes the streets be lying, and that's what they doing at
Well,
this
I don't
moment.
think they're lying on you now, ma'am. Every day your kids are with your dad? No, ma'am. When you were working at that club, how much money were you bringing home monthly?
Between $7,000 to $8,000 a month.
All right. Okay.
Whatever I need to do is not an answer a judge accepts. Courts need numbers, not mystery. When someone avoids clarity about income, judges assume responsibility is being dodged. And that never ends well.
And that's all tips?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what I am going to do is base your child support on that $7,000 a month. So that would bring your yearly salary to $84,000 a year. Yeah, you can shake your head all you want to, but that's...
This is where the damage is self-inflicted. She admits earning $7,000 to $8,000 a month. Once income is stated out loud, it becomes usable evidence. At that point, the court doesn't need pay stubs anymore.
That's exactly what I'm going to do, ma'am. This is extremely disappointing that you leave your kids every day with your dad and you're not giving him any type of financial support. What are these kids on, they receive any type of government assistance or anything?
She gets food stamps every month.
Oh,
and I
no,
don't see
ma'am.
any.
You get food stamps? Where are the food stamps going?
In my house.
Who lives in your house besides you that need the food? Because your kid's over here with your dad. You don't give him any money from those food stamps?
No.
You know what? I'm not about to play with you. So this is what we're going to do.
Even if she's not working now, the court can base support on past earnings. That's called imputed income. It prevents parents from quitting jobs to avoid responsibility. And once applied, it's very hard to fight.
Salary $84,000 a year. That brings your gross to $7,000. Your net to $5,508.87, which will make your child support obligation $1,377. Now, you said that you were receiving, don't look confused. I don't even want to hear it.
I can't pay that every month.
You were not making those faces when you were out in those streets.
But
so
I
don't come in
can't-
here trying to make, excuse me, don't come in here trying to make those faces. I am not trying to hear it. I've heard enough.
Your Honor,
And you are in the wrong. Yes, sir.
she has a man living with her too, so just in case you didn't
You
know.
You
know
don't
what?
need to
You know
tell
what?
her who in my house though, Daddy.
You
Like
know
for
what?
real.
Okay.
I'm just telling the truth. It is
I
what
mean,
it
it
is.
sounds like
And you're
daddy
just
telling the truth.
tattletale.
Receiving food stamps while the kids live elsewhere is a serious red flag. Government benefits are tied to who actually supports the children. When that doesn't line up, the court steps in immediately. Trust disappears fast.
Well, it sounds like he needs to tattletale on you. Somebody need to. You are ridiculous right now. Sir,
Yes.
she receives food stamps, so I'm assuming there's some Medicaid or something
Yes,
these kids
yes.
are getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm going to do is do 9% of that $7,000 for your reimbursement to Medicaid.
This is no longer emotional. It's arithmetic. Gross income, net income, percentage applied. Judges don't debate feelings at this stage. Once the calculation is made, the obligation becomes unavoidable.
That comes out to $496. So $1,377 plus the $496 reimbursement to Medicaid, that make your total monthly child support obligation $1,873.
I don't even know men that pay that much money every month. So why I gotta pay that every month?
I don't know too many women that just take.
Many people don't realize Medicaid isn't free. If children receive it, repayment can be ordered. That amount stacks on top of child support. And that's why the final number jumps so high.
Their kids and go drop them off at their parents' house, and they have a whole man staying in the house with them.
It's my dad. Y'all act like I dropped them
what?
off with anybody.
These are your kids. Is there anything further, ma'am?
No, I guess I need to go make some money in these streets for that.
Okay, well,
almost
you know
$2,000
what? That is your business. As long as these streets pay Pawpaw $1,873 a month in child support. Sir, is there anything further?
No, ma'am. Just happy Mother's Day to you.
Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Her reaction says everything. Deflection, comparisons, and disbelief don't change legal duty. The judge focuses on one thing only, the kids. And by now, the outcome is sealed. This case makes one thing clear. If someone else raises your kids, you pay. Admissions matter. Benefits matter. And honesty matters most. If this outcome shocked you, drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.
Seated. Miss James,
Yes, ma'am.
you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
This girl here don't want to take care of her kids. I've been had her kids forever.
When you say forever, what's forever?
I've basically the 4-year-old been with me since he was a baby. And now the 2-year-old, I got her little tail when she was 5 months.
All right, guys, this one gets messy fast. We've got an aunt who's been raising 2 kids full-time and a biological mom who says she's busy working, but somehow can't show up for her own children. From the first sentence, you can feel the resentment, the exhaustion, and the courtroom tension brewing. This isn't just about money, it's about responsibility. And Judge Vonda B is not here for excuses today.
She's 2 now. She don't want to take care of them. She don't want to stop by when they want to see her. I did her a favor, let her go do some work and do these old hussies' hair. She want to follow and live the good life while I have her kids. So I need her to pay up. I need some help.
Notice how quickly this turns emotional. The aunt isn't asking for praise, she's asking for help. Years of childcare, diapers, food, and stability, all falling on one person. In child support court, possession matters more than biology. If you're raising the kids day in and day out, the law sees you as the caregiver. And that's where this case starts leaning hard.
I definitely agree you need some help. Well, what's the issue? Your kids have pretty much been with your aunt their entire lives.
Semi-aunt. I don't even know if she really my brother's child.
There she goes that again.
Ooh,
I
okay.
provide for my kids. I travel for my work, and I have to do hair, make appointments. You know, I'm
Wait a
busy.
minute. Start over with what you were saying. I was too busy trying to drink this tea with what she just said about her brother.
Yeah, she likes to play that card, but we know.
Girl.
I'm listening now.
But I'm a hairstylist. I do hair.
Your
you
hair
know.
is pretty.
Thank you. I do wigs, lace fronts, all of that. So when people
So
call
you
me,
have the money to pay.
This is the first red flag. Instead of addressing the kids, mom questions whether the children are even related. That's not a defense, that's deflection. Courts don't care about emotional side shots or family drama. If you left your kids with someone and never came back financially, that responsibility doesn't disappear just because it's inconvenient.
For these kids, you're just choosing not to. That's essentially what you just said, right?
No, so I pay for these kids. Like I bring them food.
She
I bring
brings them
clothes.
McDonald's, a Happy Meal. Maybe
Every kid love a Happy Meal.
no clothes, no shoes,
You know,
bring clothes and
a
shoes.
Happy
Granimal
Meal,
sandals.
If they're with her all of the time, a Happy Meal, ma'am, is insufficient.
Well, when I come,
Here comes the classic excuse, I buy food sometimes. But legally, occasional McDonald's is not support. Child support covers housing, utilities, clothing, school needs, real costs. Judges hear this argument every day, and it never works. Showing up with fast food doesn't replace consistent financial responsibility.
I bring them whatever they
When
like.
you
when
come,
they like
how
McDonald's.
often do you go over there?
Tell the truth.
A couple times a month.
How many?
Depending on my schedules.
Kids are priority. These little strippers' hair can wait. See, that's your problem.
So you doing strippers' hair?
Well, they pay more. You know, they make that big money, so I got to get my coins.
I mean, they do get paid.
And she
You
probably
know-
doing something strange for a piece of change too.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not my business. But I definitely will lay some edges, lay some hair. Yes.
Okay.
Honey,
yeah, your
don't-
edges are laid. They really are.
Listen carefully, this moment matters. Mom admits work comes before the kids. That's not just a bad look emotionally, it's damaging legally. Family court prioritizes children above income hustle. The second you say the kids come second, you've already lost credibility in front of the judge.
Girl,
They
that's
are-
a Jerry curl. Don't let the makeup, the little MAC makeup fool you. Because behind all that,
Y'all get along, do you?
No, we don't. Since she
Oh.
was a little girl, she's
But
been.
wait a minute. You all don't get along, but you trust her enough to have your kid. I'm not about to play with you. I'm not about to play with you.
That's because nobody else fooled with her. I'm the only
Where's
one.
the daddy?
Oh, I don't know. He in them streets.
Oh, it sounds like you are too.
No, I'm in the streets to make them coins.
The insults fly, but the court stays focused. Judge Vonda B isn't here to referee personal beef, she's here to calculate numbers. And once income gets discussed, emotions stop mattering. Child support law is math-driven, not attitude-driven. And the math is about to get very real.
To get that money,
Oh.
lay that hair.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go ahead and lay some numbers for you. How much money you make a year?
About 60,000.
60,000? Okay. Who did this tax return you gave me? Somebody from the streets?
Somebody I met through a friend, yes.
Oh, okay.
Shaniqua.
Oh, okay. Well, they have your income at $65,000. So is that true?
It's around there.
This is where the case pivots. Mom says she makes $60,000, but the paperwork says $65,000. In court, documents beat words every time. If your numbers don't match your filings, the judge will assume you're minimizing. And once trust is gone, the higher number always wins.
We're going to use that number. We're going to use that number instead of that $60,000 that you just gave me, because you came in here to waste my time and play these games, and I'm not about to play with you.
Ms. Vonda,
Yes, ma'am.
her kids' hair need done.
And but she said her edges, you know, she lay edges.
You see how cute her hair look? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think she comes and buys barrettes and everything comes out of my pocket. I keep those babies looking good. She never put a finger in there, but she want to run around and put her little fingers in these other little helpers' head.
You know what? You know better, or at least you should.
Judge Vonda B shuts it down cleanly. Hey, she's not reacting to hair, makeup, or attitude. She's reacting to neglect. Courts don't punish people for being stylish, but they absolutely punish people for skipping
You
their
should know
obligations
better.
while someone else carries
And I'm
the
not
load.
looking for a response right now, because as cute as your hair is, that attitude is not looking real good. So let's go ahead and make sure your aunt gets some money for these kids, okay? So at this $65,000 a year, that brings your gross to about $5,400. Your net is $4,383.27. What about health insurance?
Medicaid.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're really about to pay today, because you know Medicaid has to be reimbursed to the state, right?
Now comes the part most parents forget: Medicaid reimbursement. If the state paid medical costs for your children, that money comes back out of your pocket. This isn't optional. The system always gets paid first, and today, Mom just learned that the hard way.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, you just found out something today. I'm so glad that you are ready to learn something, because you are about to learn today, okay? So, child support calculation, 2 kids, only 2 kids. Well, I know it's 2 kids that you have, but do you have any other kids?
No, just the 2.
Okay. So,
What?
yes, ma'am.
Well, I did get I wanted to, can I confirm something? You not pregnant?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, you didn't say that very
Yeah.
confidently.
I'll probably end up with that one too.
Okay, well, moving right along. Child support is $1,096, plus we need to reimburse that Medicaid, like I told you.
When the final number is read, $1,582 a month, you can hear the shock. But here's the truth: that amount doesn't even cover full childcare costs. Support orders aren't punishment. They are reimbursement for someone else stepping up when a parent didn't.
More than that. That is only a pinch of what I pay to take care of your kids monthly.
Well, you know, I have to agree with her. I normally don't allow people to talk out of turn, but, you know, she's absolutely correct.
This is one of those rare moments where the judge openly agrees with the caregiver speaking out of turn. That tells you everything. When a judge breaks procedure to validate someone, it means the facts are overwhelming. The system sees who's been doing the work.
It doesn't put a dent in anything that she does, especially when you're talking about feeding 2 children.
I feed them.
Yeah, sure you do. Is there anything further?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anything further?
No, but she can bring by some McDonald's today.
Okay. Well, take some McDonald's over there, and if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
At the end of the day, this case was simple. 2 kids, 1 caregiver, 0 support until court stepped in. Biology didn't win here. Responsibility did. If this case made you rethink what showing up really means, drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom moments just like this.
Okay, Mr. Ward, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
All right, now, okay. Now, let me just kind of cut to the chase of the thing. I was engaged to the mama of his child, and, you know, we were just having a good time and was really getting ready to have a...
All right, guys, this one's gonna hit hard. What starts as a heartfelt story about love, loss, and stepping up slowly turns into a legal reality check where emotions meet the law head on. You've got a man who stepped in after tragedy and a biological father who says he never stepped away. The real question is simple but painful. When feelings and law collide, who does the court actually recognize?
COVID had got her, and then all of a sudden one day, she's just gone.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, I had to take little Malaysia into my arms and try to explain things. You know, I call her my little bit because, you know, we just kicked it off right away. I'm talking about pretty much on the first date that I went on with them, because she brought her with her on our first date, which makes a lot of sense. And we just have been.
And Malaysia is the child?
Yes, ma'am.
How
yes,
old is Malaysia?
She's 7.
Okay.
And, you know, I mean, she's one of.
You can feel the emotion pouring out right here. Mr. Ward isn't just talking about a child. He's talking about grief, responsibility, and the role he took on when the mother passed. This sounds like a man who truly stepped up when things fell apart. But family court doesn't just listen to stories, it listens for legal authority. And that difference is already starting to matter.
Everything and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like the two of you have a great relationship.
Oh, seriously. I mean, I just love having her, you know, like my own child. And I feel like that she is actually my own child. I know that she only likes broccoli with ketchup, and she likes fish sticks with ketchup, and she likes corn with ketchup. I don't know what this thing is about ketchup.
Me either.
You know,
I don't like ketchup like that.
Yeah, I don't either. But I know how she likes that. I know that she's got to have that mood light on when she goes to sleep. I know that if I don't put those downy beads in with her blanket, that she's not going to sleep. So I do everything.
This is where viewers usually get emotionally hooked. Knowing a child's routines, food preferences, and bedtime habits feels like real parenting, and in daily life, it often is. But courts don't award custody based on emotional closeness alone. They look at legal rights, court orders, and parental status. And that gap between love and law is about to become clear.
And, you know, then this cat over here, you figure that, you know, that he's got something to say about it. You know, when I've hardly seen him, you know, I mean, granted, she's the child's daddy. I mean, yeah, every once in a while he'll come around. Every once in a while he'll visit her and all that kind of stuff. But he don't know.
What do you mean by every once in a while?
Well, every once in a while, it's like he'll come, you know, he might honk the horn or whatever. He might ask her to come out. She'll come out. And see, and that's the one thing about her. She knows no strangers. You know.
Okay, so you're referring, you called him a cat. I mean, what?
Now the tone shifts from love to accusation. Mr. Ward starts positioning himself as the primary parent while questioning the biological father's role. That's risky in court, because once you accuse a parent of being absent, you have to prove it with facts, not feelings. This is the moment where the case starts leaning toward conflict instead of compassion.
Needs and that she likes and dislikes, he hardly knows half of that.
Oh.
I mean, as far as, I mean, come on, I mean, it's
Sir,
like.
give me 1 second. I'm about to have him wrap it up.
Okay, okay, well look, all I know is this. When it comes between me and him, she comes to me. When it comes to.
That you know of.
Yeah, that I see. You know, I mean, every time that he comes, I give them their space, but I'm looking at her body language and she's like, man, when's this gonna be over? So it's like.
Yeah, because she's ready to come home with her real dad.
Calling yourself a real dad may feel powerful emotionally, but legally, it carries no weight. Courts don't replace biological parents simply because someone else stepped in during hard times. The law asks one key question: was the child abandoned, or is the parent still active? And that question is about to decide everything.
Because as you know, there are always 2 sides to every story, well, really 3, and the truth lies somewhere in between them, right?
I understand.
So give me a moment, and I'll go over to Dad.
All right.
Now, Dad, it sounds like, you know, your daughter and Mr. Ward have a great relationship, but is it true these, you know, allegations he's saying about you not being very active and involved?
None of it, ma'am.
Here comes the biological father's side, and it's structured, calm, and specific. He lays out a clear schedule, regular custody time, and ongoing involvement. In family court, consistency equals credibility. This directly challenges the claim that is only around once in a while. Now the judge has 2 stories, and facts are starting to matter more than emotion.
Well, you know, I can't put a lot on you. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. You can call me helicopter all you want to, but you were not there when her mama died, man. You weren't there to have to console her when she was crying and didn't go to sleep. You weren't there. I was there.
You didn't
Where were
even
you?
tell me. I was at work. You didn't even tell me.
See, that's the thing. You are always at work. You're always at work.
And see, here's the thing. I know there are a lot of emotions going on. I usually don't let people talk back and forth to each other.
I'm so sorry.
But I do understand the
I don't wanna talk to him
underlying
anyway.
issue here.
This exchange is emotionally explosive. Mr. Ward argues from grief, pointing out that he was there when the child's mother passed. That pain is real and undeniable. But courts don't punish parents for working or missing moments due to life circumstances. They look for neglect, not emotional distance, and that distinction is critical here.
According to the paperwork that you filed, Mr. Ward, there is a court order in place.
Yes.
And it names your fiance as the custodial parent and dad as the non-custodial parent. And you are essentially trying to modify this order.
Well, yeah, because essentially, to me, I became the custodial parent.
Okay. And you understand how you feel is not what the law says, right?
I do understand that. But
Okay.
Your Honor, the one thing that I do know is that the custodial duties.
This is the legal turning point. The judge brings up the existing court order, and everything changes. No matter how involved Mr. Ward feels, the law already recognized who the custodial and non-custodial parents were. Feelings don't override court orders. Once standing becomes the issue, the case is suddenly on very thin ice.
Okay. All right. It sounds like he's pretty involved. And tell me some things you and your daughter do together.
Well, I take her to piano. I pay for her piano lessons.
Okay.
Some days when I'm off, I take her. He takes her other days. I pay for her to be in karate class.
Okay.
We go to Six Flags together. We go to skating together.
Okay.
I try to teach her how to bowl. We have fun. We go to my mom's house and, I drop her off. And she enjoys spending time over there mostly.
All right. So she has a good relationship with grandmother. It sounds like this child is just well.
Notice how the judge acknowledges both men's involvement without picking sides emotionally. She listens to facts, school activities, financial support, time spent, and consistency. The biological father's actions show ongoing responsibility, not abandonment. And legally, that destroys the argument that the child was left behind or neglected.
I'm ready to make my ruling. I've heard what the both of you have to say. I understand that dad is pretty involved with the child. He's paying for teaching her how to skate, paying for karate. She has a great relationship with her paternal grandmother. It sounds like dad wants to be a part of the child's life. I also understand, Mr. Ward, your heavy involvement with the child. You have a nickname for her. You all do things together. She loves ketchup. You know all about her nightlife and her sleep routines and everything like that. However,
this is where emotion fully loses to structure. The judge carefully lists facts instead of feelings. Active father. Financial contributions, family support. Courts prioritize stability and legal responsibility, not replacement parenting. No matter how loving a step-parent is, the law protects parental rights first.
that does not negate the fact of what the law says. The child was not left with you by dad. Her dad is still alive. Sounds like he's very active. Doesn't sound like he is a deadbeat parent by any means. He is making the expenditures that any parent would do. And he also said he's trying to petition the court at some point.
And here's the final blow, the dismissal. Not because Mr. Ward didn't care, and not because his bond wasn't real, but because he lacked legal standing. Family court doesn't decide who loves a child more. It decides who the law recognizes as having the right to bring the case.
To get sole custody of his daughter. So based on that, I have no other choice but to dismiss your claim because you do not have any grounds to be petitioning this court for child support. Is there anything further from
No.
either of you?
No.
Ma'am, I'm very happy with the
No.
verdict.
Okay. All right. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are
Suck it up.
dismissed.
This case shows just how heartbreaking family court can be. Love, grief, and good intentions aren't enough without legal footing. The judge didn't deny the emotional bond, she enforced the law. So what do you think? Should emotional caregivers have more legal rights? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.
Malkovich, am I saying it correct?
Yes.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Where do I start?
At the beginning?
Okay, well, cut to the election. The Great White Hope gets elected. I thought our household would be happy about it. I find out I'm married to a libtard, and she starts going off the handle, and like eventually she's just partying and doing all this nonsense and gets on H, smack, like a loser.
Right from the start, you can tell this case is going to spiral. Instead of calmly explaining the issue, emotions take over immediately. The judge is trying to understand the situation, but the energy in the room is already tense and unstable. This is supposed to be about the kids, but anger is leading the conversation. And when emotion drives the case, logic usually gets pushed aside.
And goes off the rails, leaves me, we got 2 kids, 2 and 5-year-olds, and just leaves me to take care of these kids. So okay, I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay, so now we're getting into the important part of your story.
What do you mean? I'm giving you backstory. Isn't that what you're here? Don't you need context?
Yeah, but all the name calling and
Name calling?
jabs,
I'm just telling you. I'm giving you context. Okay. This idiot.
This is where the case starts slipping off the rails. The court doesn't care about political opinions or personal insults. It cares about facts. Every second spent ranting is a second wasted that could have helped his argument. Judges expect respect and relevance, not emotional unloading. And right now, he's doing more damage to himself than he realizes.
Okay, you refer to her by her name. What is your name?
Martha.
You will refer to her as Martha.
Martha.
She will not be a libertarian,
problem,
whatever you said, and an
I
idiot.
took her to rehab, which cost $20,000.
Okay.
That was all of our savings, all of our money. It's supposed to be the kids' college fund.
Steps in to regain control, and that's never a good sign for the speaker. When a judge has to redirect you this early, it usually means patience is already thinning. Courts operate on structure, not storytelling. If you can't focus on the legal issue, the judge will do it for you. And that rarely ends in your favor.
But I figure the kids aren't going to go to college if they have a mom on heroin. Pretty bad example. So let's get it situated.
But she got the help, right?
Yeah, she got the help.
Okay, so
she
that's
joined
what's
the cult.
important.
She drank the Kool-Aid. She stayed longer than her stint. Met some guy named, what's his name? Paul. Met Paul. You know, the globe-trotting Paul. What was Paul into, huh? Meth? Whatever. They're clean and sober together. She comes back, you know, after spending an extra
Mr. Malkovich.
What?
Now we finally hear something legally relevant, the cost of rehab. Spending $20,000 is significant, especially when children are involved. Courts do consider financial sacrifices, but they also consider tone. Strong facts don't land when wrapped in bitterness. Delivery matters just as much as the evidence itself.
Excuse me?
Yes, I mean...
Did you come here to waste my time? What is it that you want me to do?
Oh, okay. She's now got her life together. Her and Paul got a little apartment. I let her see the kids every now and then, you know, make sure that, you know, I'd leave them unsupervised sometimes. Not to mention, then when I do that, she's on Instagram with these weird friends, they're rehab people, introducing them to our kids. But anyway, I want money. She works now. She works out. Like, she didn't even work out when we were dating. Now she's gonna...
This moment reveals what's really fueling the conflict. The frustration isn't just about parenting. It's about control and resentment. Courts don't punish parents for improving their lives or moving on. They care about stability and safety for the children. And this argument starts sounding more personal than parental.
Yes, please.
Okay, and do the children live with him? That's a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the way that it works is, if the children live with him, you are supposed to be paying him some sort of money for the kids. I mean, even though he's a little, you know, out there, he still is entitled to receive child support for the support of the children.
I don't mind that.
This is the judge laying out the law in the simplest terms possible. If the children live with him, child support applies. It's that straightforward. This isn't about revenge or leverage. It's about contributing to the kids' basic needs. This explanation is the legal backbone of the entire case.
Now, Martha, how much money do you make?
$26,000 with tips a year.
You're laughing at that, but you're in this courtroom asking for her to pay you child support.
It's either that or just leave me and the kids and let us live our lives and just stay out. You know, they don't need an addict as a mother to be constantly.
Do you want me to help you get child support? Because if not, we can stop this today.
Yes.
And
sorry.
You can come back another day when you're.
Another day at work.
Income changes everything in child support cases. $26,000 a year isn't much, but it doesn't erase responsibility. Support is based on ability, not comfort. The judge isn't reacting emotionally, she's calculating legally. This number will define what happens next.
You know, some of us make more than 26 grand a
You
year.
You didn't take anything before you came in this courtroom today, did you?
Take anything? What do you mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just making sure. You seem a little jittery.
Well, I'm a little. My kids' lives are on the line. I'm a little nervous.
Well, they're not really on the line if she got it together. And she says she wants to see the kids. And I think you should allow her to see the kids.
Okay, I do let her see the kids.
Accusing someone of being high without proof is a dangerous move in court. Judges are trained to separate nerves from impairment. Throwing out accusations like this often backfires fast. Right now, one party stays composed while the other
Yeah, but you do not have to demean
and that contrast
her
speaks louder
while
than
doing
words.
so.
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
I know that he's right. I did have a hard time about a year ago. But like I said, I'm at a really, or like he said, I am seeing somebody else who I think is very good for me.
Okay.
Mainly, I would just like, I don't mind paying whatever child support, but if we could work unsupervised visits into the agreement, I would really appreciate that.
This is one of the strongest moments in her favor. She doesn't deny her past. She owns it. Courts respect accountability and effort toward change. She's not asking for a clean slate, just a chance to rebuild. And honesty like this carries real weight with judges.
Don't want to see him anymore.
I think she should have some unsupervised access, considering that she's gotten her stuff together.
Well, how does that work? I mean, because who decides that? Like, can the first one be with another third party that comes?
I don't think that's necessary.
You're suggesting that I leave my children alone with her, right? Like, she could go to a park and there's some dude peddling H, and then all of a sudden she's passed out in the gutter and one of my kids is getting hit by a car. Like,
This is the emotional crossroads of the case. Fate clashes with recovery. Safety clashes with second chances. Unsupervised visits aren't automatic. They're evaluated carefully. The judge has to balance risk with parental rights. And emotions are now completely boiling over.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop you right there.
Yeah.
And this is what we're going to do.
What are we going to do?
What you're going to do, first of all, is get your foot. What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? I'm listening to you go
you
on.
have a cigarette in your mouth. There is no smoking in this
Why
building.
would you be smoking in there?
No, there is no smoking. Wait, bailiff, before he leaves, I need you to know this. We're going to reset your case because obviously you have a lot going on. So when you're ready to conduct yourself in a way that's appropriate for this courtroom, then you come back and ask me for some relief.
So you want me to come back and miss another day at work?
What I want you to do.
This is where everything completely falls apart. Smoking in court, interrupting the judge, refusing to listen. This is instant credibility suicide. Judges may forgive mistakes, but they do not tolerate disrespect. At this moment, the case stops being about custody or money. It becomes about control and consequences.
Is be quiet, listen to what I said, and get out of my courtroom.
This is a kangaroo court.
Well, thank you.
This is absurd!
Thank you. This is what we're going to do, Martha. We are going to reset your case to a later date. Just make sure when you come back, you have your financial documents with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, if there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
And just like that, the case gets reset, not resolved. Not because the law was unclear, but because behavior made progress impossible. Courtrooms reward calm, preparation, and respect. This was a preventable outcome. If this case shocked you too, drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.
Okay. Is it Mrs. Hollins?
Miss.
Miss Hollins. Miss Hollins, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. My sister-in-law. I've had her child for 7 years, and
7 years.
Yes, she was incarcerated for about 3 of those years, along with my brother, the daddy of the child. And she's turned her life around, and she's working, but I'm not receiving any child support, and I'm not asking for 7 years worth of child support. But Stevie is 9 years old, and she needs dresses and stuff, and she's at that age that she needs more things, and so and I need help. And I'm a vice principal.
All right, guys, this case starts quiet, but don't let that fool you. We've got a child who's been raised for 7 years by someone who stepped up when both parents went to jail. No paperwork, no court order, just responsibility. And now, the question isn't about gratitude. It's about accountability. Who pays when life falls apart, and who gets left holding the bill?
And I make okay, but I do need the help.
I definitely believe you need help as well. Ma'am?
Well, I think we all need help in this world. I mean, truthfully.
Okay.
But, you know.
Well, everybody in this world is not Stevie's mom, okay? So let's talk about Stevie.
So
what is your plan in terms of financial support? Did you have any plans to give any financial support?
Well, first off, I have 3 daughters, including Stevie, and
okay,
yes, Stevie
congratulations.
This is where it gets real. The caretaker isn't asking for back pay. She's not trying to punish anyone. She's asking for help, basic help, because raising a 9-year-old isn't cheap. Clothes, school, daily needs. And the judge immediately reframes this. This isn't about adults anymore. This is about Stevie.
Okay, but Stevie is my pride and my joy, and I understand that she wants her dresses, and she wants her nails painted, and she wants her hair made. But there's just certain things you just can't get in life. You can't get everything that you want. Well, you shouldn't get everything that you want.
Food, clothes.
Yeah, the necessities, ma'am. What do you, ma'am, excuse me. I need you to address me.
Sorry.
You do not need to address her. Okay?
Okay.
So you do understand why you're here today, correct?
Listen closely here, because this is a classic deflection. Instead of talking money, the mother pivots to emotions. Joy, wants versus needs. But child support law doesn't run on vibes. It runs on obligation. You don't get to decide what's extra when it's not your wallet carrying the weight.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so tell me why you're here.
I'm here because she wants more money.
She wants more money, or she wants some money? Because it's my understanding
she wants more.
No, ma'am. She's not. It's not agreed to take care of your child. You understand it, right?
Yes.
Okay. And your brother, you said, is incarcerated.
Yes, ma'am.
So she's not able to get any money from him. So
and she's
winner,
the
winner,
reason
chicken
he's
dinner.
in jail.
Oh,
now the judge cuts straight through the noise. This isn't a misunderstanding. It's a refusal. The child wasn't voluntarily placed forever. The system doesn't care who feels wronged. If your child is being raised by someone else and you're able to work, the law says you contribute.
She's the reason. Okay. Well,
That's not true.
Yes, Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh, Bonnie and Clyde. You know, I don't even want to get into that because those names do not have anything
Well, I can think of
good
another name
attached to
against
them.
me, but it's not Bonnie.
Ma'am, listen.
Yes, ma'am.
You're here today because you're going to pay her some child support. I do not care about your Bonnie and Clyde rendezvous you had beforehand, okay? We're here today for the support of Stevie, all right? So I have it here that you are you work in the Derby? Would you explain that to me?
The moment the courtroom tone shifts, the judge shuts down side stories, nicknames, excuses, all of it. Criminal history doesn't matter today. Drama doesn't matter today. There's one issue on the table, financial support for a child. Everything else gets cut.
What did you do?
I am a roller derby queen.
Okay, so let's talk about that queen. What throne do you sit on?
So it's this amazing sport. Everybody should be able to do it at least one time in their life.
Okay.
And
you're paid money to do it, correct?
Well, yes.
Okay. How much are you paid to do this?
Well, you know, about $48,000 a year.
And then comes the shocker. Roller derby queen. $48,000 a year. Not unemployed. Not struggling. Not incapable. This is why income disclosure is deadly in court. Once the number's on record, there's nowhere left to hide.
Okay. And $48,000 a year.
Right.
As a roller derby queen.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have not been paying child support for your child.
Well, she has Stevie, and I have my other 2 kids.
So that makes a difference? It
If
doesn't
she was
change
in
your
my
obligation?
School, she'd be in detention.
That does not change your obligation to Stevie. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Okay. I also see here that you are in school.
Here's a legal truth people miss all the time. Having other children does not erase responsibility to the first. The judge even gives credit for those kids, and still, the obligation stands. Fairness doesn't mean free passes. It means proportional responsibility.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you in school for?
I would really, 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 really like to be a social worker.
So a reformed Bunny and Clyde now social worker?
Well, you know, everybody's got dreams.
Okay, well, you know, God bless those children. All right. So let's talk about your money that you're going to be paying, okay? Is that your only source of income?
Yes.
Okay. So $48,000, I have your gross at...
Notice how the judge stays calm but sharp. School, career goals, dreams, all acknowledged. But dreams don't cancel duty. You can want to save the world and still owe child support. The Lord doesn't pause just because you're becoming a better person.
$4,000, which your net is $3,349.88. Okay?
Can you round that down to like 69 cents?
Can you get a job that pays less? Because it's based on a calculation. I don't have anything to do with that.
Oh.
You make $48,000 a year, your net is based on that $4,000 amount gross after taking out taxes. You understand that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, who covers health insurance?
I do.
This is where math becomes reality. Gross income, net income, health insurance. No negotiating with decimals. Judges don't round down because someone asks nicely. Support is calculated, not bargained. And once insurance enters the picture, the number jumps fast.
Okay, how much is health insurance?
$120 a month.
Is that for the child only, or is that including?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have you reimburse that to her, okay? Yes, ma'am, you looking really confused right now, and I have no idea why you are, because as a part of your child support obligation, you have to cover health insurance.
But Stevie don't really get very sick.
Whether she gets sick or not, that has nothing to do with health insurance. You understand how health insurance work, right? Are they teaching you that in school?
Is the misunderstanding that costs parents thousands. Health insurance isn't optional. It doesn't matter if the child doesn't get sick. The law requires coverage because emergencies don't ask permission. The judge explains it plainly, and the obligation climbs to over $700.
We haven't got to that chapter yet.
Okay, well, you started a little early in my courtroom. Health insurance is required, okay? So when I add that to your child support obligation, your obligation before the reimbursement was $586.23. You add $120, that brings your child support obligation to $706.23.
Kick in the bucket, that's a lot.
Well, and I gave you, guess what?
This moment exposes frustration turning into desperation. Monopoly money jokes, side comments, even attempts to attack character. But the judge shuts it all down. Custody isn't on the table. Parenting style isn't on the table. This court is here for one thing, payment.
You know, no, she does not accept monopoly money. You cannot deposit it into an actual bank.
Yes, Judge. Is there any way I can keep her
Yes,
from...
you're accepting monopoly money?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, yes, Judge, is there any way she can keep her away from Stevie? You see this kind of person she is? You know, I don't think that's a good influence for Stevie.
Well, you know, that's not a matter before me. That's not something that I necessarily deal with.
Stevie is my baby.
Okay. Ma'am, please don't address her. Please do not address her.
And just like that, it's over. No drama ruling, just fame accountability. 7 years of informal care finally gets legal recognition. If this case surprised you,
That's a different matter. That has nothing to do with this court.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
just here
Thank you.
specifically for the money. Ma'am, I'm not gonna touch that situation at all, okay? Anything concerning your daughter and keeping her away from you, that has nothing to do with me, okay? Okay? If nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Your Honor.
drop your take in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and stay locked in, because real courtroom consequences don't come with warning labels.
You all may be seated. Okay. Miss Moore,
Yes, ma'am.
You brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, my husband, or I'm sorry, ex-husband, we have a mutually beneficial agreement with our children where he keeps them at night and I keep.
All right, guys, this one starts calm but turns tense fast. 2 parents, shared custody, and a disagreement that sounds simple, daycare, but quickly exposes deeper control issues. One parent is trying to work and adapt. The other is digging in, hard. And by the end, the judge makes it clear this courtroom isn't the place for fear-driven parenting. Watch closely how reason slowly overtakes resistance here.
Them during the day.
Okay.
But my job no longer allows me to stay home with them during the day, and I would like for them to go to daycare now during the day, and he does not want them to.
Okay. How old are the children?
2 years and 18 months.
Okay. And you already picked out the daycare?
Right away, you can hear how practical this mother is being. She's not attacking the father, she's explaining a real-world change. Her job no longer allows daytime care, so she's adjusting. That's actually what courts expect, flexibility when circumstances change. The law doesn't freeze parents in time. It adapts, especially when kids are this young.
Here you want them to go to and everything like
Yes.
that? How much is it?
It is $500 a month.
$500 for both children?
For one child. So it's $1,000 a month for both children.
Oh, okay.
It's a nationally accredited daycare.
Okay. That's not bad for 2 kids. What's your opposition to that?
Well, I don't think they should be in daycare. I think she should stay with them like we originally planned. I didn't get a chance to check out the daycare. I just would rather them stay with.
Listen to the numbers here. 2 kids under 3, nationally accredited daycare, $1,000 a month total. That's not excessive, that's market reality. Judges hear daycare costs every day, and this one immediately recognizes it as reasonable. That reaction matters, because once a cost is seen as fair, opposition needs real evidence, not feelings.
With her mom or one of our family members.
Okay. Did you let him know which daycare?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
He was invited to go meet the teachers and do the tour, but he opted not to go.
So you did have an opportunity to go?
I was invited, but I don't really want my kids in that daycare. I don't want to be in that
What's
daycare.
wrong with the daycare?
They're full of germs. For starters,
this courtroom is full of germs.
Okay, but children germs.
This is where the conflict sharpens. The father isn't offering an alternative plan, just resistance. Courts don't love that. Saying I don't want this isn't the same as proposing a workable solution. If you oppose daycare, you usually need a safer, equally structured option ready. Otherwise, it sounds like control, not concern.
They're next level.
Okay, do they disinfect the daycare?
I don't know that.
Right, you don't know. So you haven't even had the opportunity, you haven't taken the opportunity to try to do any kind of research.
Okay.
But the fact that there are germs at the daycare, I mean, that's not a good enough reason why you don't want them in there.
I would rather them be with family, people we know.
Okay, I mean, that's a valid point.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Yes.
I'm a doctor. I'm around germs all day.
Big credibility moment. He was invited to tour the daycare and chose not to go. That hurts his position badly. Judges expect parents to investigate before objecting. When you refuse to even look, your argument loses weight. Fear without effort doesn't persuade a court.
This is one reason that we did not work out.
It's a big problem.
My ex-husband is a germaphobe, and he feels like if the children aren't kept in a bubble basically all day, that something terrible is going to happen to them. But that's no reason, that's no way for these kids to live. And I have to go save lives every day.
Terms becomes the central argument, and that's a weak hill to die on legally. Every school, home, and courtroom has germs. Judges look for measurable risk, not anxiety. When the judge pushes back here, you can hear patience thinning. This is the moment fear-based parenting starts collapsing under scrutiny.
While he just sits in his living room, hermetically sealed off living room.
That's dramatic.
Well, it's not that dramatic. What's dramatic is he wouldn't even show up for this tour at the daycare so he could see that it is a clean daycare. It's nationally accredited. Also, our children would have loved to have seen you.
Okay, look, with all due respect, I don't even want to be in this courtroom.
The emotional shift. The mother explains a deeper issue, control disguised as protection. She's working in medicine, exposed daily, yet still trusts systems and safeguards. The judge is hearing context now, not just conflict. This reframes the case from daycare to co-parenting imbalance.
Your Honor, it's...
I can understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here.
So, I mean...
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm here for the kids, and I would prefer if they weren't in a daycare, if they were at someone, one of our family members, where we can give them special instructions on cleaning and what the children need to stay healthy.
Well, I definitely understand.
Father openly admits he doesn't even want to be in court. That's risky. Judges don't punish honesty, but they do notice disengagement. When you're co-parenting, participation matters. Courts expect parents to show up emotionally, not just physically. That reluctance quietly undermines his credibility.
And, you know, I agree. In a lot of cases, it is good for the children to be around a family member and everything like that. However, age 2 years old, and what was the other age?
18 months.
18 months. I mean, it's nothing wrong with them going to school already. You do want them to start learning a lot of things. You just do. There are some things that you guys are not going to be able to teach them at home. Not that you can't, it's just you may not have the time to do.
The legal heart of the ruling. The judge acknowledges both sides. Family care can be good, but structure, learning, and early development also matter, especially at this age. This isn't about punishment, it's about balance. Courts prioritize what expands it.
Do it. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea, but I do think it's a good idea for you to go and speak to the teachers, look around the daycare, see about the cleanliness of it and everything like that. And you guys should just work together and co-parent. So,
comes the financial solution, and it's clean. No child support ordered because custody is shared. Instead, daycare is split evenly and paid through the Attorney General for accountability. That's smart judicial engineering. It removes resentment, ensures payment, and keeps the focus on the kids, not control.
The agreement is just going to stand what it is. You guys keep doing your agreement where you have your time with the children, and you keep rotating like that. Nobody should pay child support in this type of situation. But what I will do to make sure that daycare does get paid is that you guys split it. So $1,000, you pay $500, you pay $500.
Pushes back money, fairness, income differences. And this is where the judge quietly flips the board. She reminds him,
and it's going to go through the Attorney General of Texas, and that's just the best way to do it, because that at least ensures that the children's daycare is paid for month to month.
Oh, okay, but now I'm paying for the daycare that I don't want them to go to, and I have them at night. She's supposed to be responsible for the day. If they were in night care, I would pay for it, and I just don't see how this is fair. She makes 3 times as much money as I do.
If this was standard child support, he'd pay more. Suddenly, the split looks generous. This is a classic courtroom moment where resistance meets math, and math wins.
Right, but you guys have been splitting the children, right? You've been splitting the children, and it's not a bad idea. And honestly, that's a very reasonable cost for 2 children at a daycare, because a lot of times, especially the younger a child is, the 18-month-old, it could be more expensive than that. And I think that's fair. Or, you know, I could base, let me see, how much money you make a year? Let's see. Your document says $62,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like for me to base?
And that's the takeaway. No villains here, just fear versus adaptability. Shared custody stayed intact. No child support ordered. Daycare paid fairly.
Child support that you pay her off of $62,000 a year, because I can assure you it will be more than $500.
Then no.
Okay, well, you know, in that case, is there anything further between either
No,
of you?
Your Honor, thank you.
That'll be all? That'll be all from you? Okay,
Yes.
where you all are dismissed.
The judge didn't choose sides, she chose stability. Now I want to know, if you were in this situation, would you have fought this hard, or worked together sooner? Drop your take in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more real courtroom drama.